Yo guys, it's DOZY here. This is going to be my first video on the channel, so I'm just going to introduce myself. My name's DOZY. If you're wondering where I got that name from, I'm always sleepy. I'm always sleeping. So like the Seven Dwarfs, there's a dwarf called Sleepy, if you didn't know, and he's always sleeping and like falling asleep and not paying attention half the time, which is like me. So instead of calling myself Sleepy, I decided to call myself DOZY. One, it's a cool 4-letter name, and it's easy to remember. So, DOZY it is. So there you go. That's me. That's how I became DOZY. So it's simple as that. Nothing to it. So yeah, let's get that question out of the way, because I know people are going to be asking, how did you come up with the name DOZY? I mean, it's so simple, but no one thinks about that. But yeah, there you go. That's how I came up with that name. So yeah, that's all you need to know really, apart from in the background there's some downhill gameplay. I suck at it, by the way, as you can see. But yeah, that's just for aesthetics, if I can say that word right. I think I said it right, aesthetics. But yeah, let's just get right into the story. So basically, every so often I will go to my grandma's house, my nan's house, and I'll be chilling, and sometimes my cousins are there. We're a bit crazy. At this point we don't have internet. This is quite a few years ago, no internet. So what you do is you go out on the road and you play on the street, which not too very safe, considering the area I grew up in was very rough, and there's a lot of crime and stuff like that. So yeah, it wasn't a really good idea to do what we was gonna do. But anyway, we started playing Knockdown Ginger. I don't know what you call it in America. I think people call it Knock Knock Run or Din Don Ditch, or or people call it Zoom Zoom. There's a lot of different names. So basically, if you don't know what it is, you basically walk down the road or run down a road. But normally you just walk down the road, and then all of a sudden someone will say Din Don Ditch or Knock Down Ginger, and you'd be like, Knock Down Ginger, that house there, number whatever house number it is, and then the other person has to go up to that door and knock really loud. Like, you have to literally bang on that door, and then what you've got to do is wait for them to open the door. As soon as they start opening the door, you have to run. You have to run, sprint. So it's pretty... As a kid, it's scary. If you think about it now, it's not that scary. You're just knocking on someone's door and they're coming out and you're running away. Nothing to it, right? But as a kid, this was the scariest thing the scariest thing to do. It's one of the... if you did this on a daily basis, you was considered as a, you've got balls. You could, you have the guts to be able to go onto some random stranger's house and knock, and that was a big thing as a kid to do that, and I was quite shy, so me doing it, I felt amazing once I'd done it, because I didn't really have much confidence, and this was a thrilling thing to do. But anyways, we was playing Knockdown Ginger, me and my cousins. It was a nice day. We were chilling, we knocked on a few houses, not the same houses again, and people quickly going to the door and saying, who keeps knocking on my door? Stuff like this. But it was this one particular house. Now, we must have knocked on this house about 6 times, because I can remember it as clear daylight. It was a very grand door, it's got this big massive knocker, that sounds weird, but it had this big massive silver knock. Those knocking things where you can thing it. They also had a bell, I believe. Nothing too spectacular. It was just a normal bell. And I remember the color of this house, this door on this house. It was like a reddish brown color, so like a maroon color, if that's what you would call it. And it was very distinctive. And we must have knocked on this house about 6-7 times, probably even more. We just kept going back to this house. Don't know why. We just did it. Because we would normally pick a house that we would just like do it and push it. Because if we got a initial like door open, that means, you know, someone's home, and it's gonna make the fire a bit hotter, you know. Because if you knock once and then knock back again, they might be standing there waiting for you to do it. So yeah, so cut a long story short, basically we've been knocking on this door a couple of times, and then this one particular time the door instantly opens. You see this guy holding something. What, you know, I don't know what it was, but in my head it looked like a shotgun. And we started getting chased by this guy who is about 6 foot tall. Bearing in mind, we're only small at the time. We're about, you know, 4 foot something, because we're only kids. Not even that. I think I was a short ass, so I was probably about 3 foot something, to be honest, because it happened around at the age of 6, 7 or whatever I was. I was pretty short, you know. I didn't get my growth sprout until I was about 16 years old, so I was short until about then. But anyway, this guy starts chasing us. It's like, you little shit bags, why you keep knocking on my door? And I've looked behind, and he's holding what appears to be a shotgun, a sawn-off shotgun, or some sort of double-barrel shotgun. You know, if I second guessed it, it could have been like, you know, a broom or something, or a broomstick handle, but there's no way it was. So, or he could have been holding something else. You know, I'm not like excluding all the possibilities it could have been, but as a kid, I saw what I saw, and I still believe till this day I saw a guy chase me and my cousin with a double barrel shotgun. I mean, if it was, I don't know if it would have been loaded. I probably doubt it would have been loaded even if it was. But the fact that this guy got pissed off so much and he had to chase us with whatever this was, regardless if it was a shotgun but regardless of what the object was, who knows what he would have done with it. And God forbid it would have been a shotgun, because I don't know if I would have been killed. It probably wasn't loaded even if it was a shotgun. But, you know, as a kid getting chased by a man, you know, at the age of 6, 7 years old, in general, it's just scary on its own. But thinking he's chasing you with a shotgun, nah, that is a different scenario. We was running for our life. So anyway, we eventually ran to a local park where we knew we were safe, because we had an auntie that lived literally across the road from the park. You could literally shout from the park to her house. So if we was getting chased until then, we would have been fine. We would have just called her name and it would have been okay. But we definitely agreed. We turned around to each other and said, we just got chased by a guy with a shotgun. And we was just like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. We was just so and utter shocked, and we was panicked. And yeah, we didn't play Knockdown Ginger for a good minute after that. Like we went around a month without playing that game ever again. But yeah, that is the story of when I got chased with a shotgun as a kid. I hope you enjoyed this story. Please subscribe for more videos like this, and leave a like if you enjoyed it, or dislike if you didn't. But yeah, it's been DOZY, and I'm off to go to sleep probably. But yeah, I'll see you in the next video.